broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is the 12 o'clock news break. For the local scene, the provincial government of Albay is set to receive the Gawad Kalasag Seal for Excellence in Disaster Risk Reduction and Management and Humanitarian Assistance for the calendar year 2024. It is awarded by the Office of the Civil Defense Region 5 in recognition of its exemplary disaster risk reduction and management efforts. The award will be conferred to Albay along with 7 other local government units during a ceremony on December 12, 2024. Albay has been recognized under the fully compliant LGUs category, along with Tabaco City and the municipalities of Polangui, Daraga, and Santo Domingo. Meanwhile, Kamalig and the cities of Legazpi and Ligao are included in the beyond compliant LGUs. The Gawad Kalasag is one of the most prestigious awards given to LGUs nationwide, acknowledging their outstanding achievements in disaster risk reduction and the effective calamity response and successful implementation of disaster mitigation within their jurisdictions. Albay holds a historic distinction as the first province in the country to receive this prestigious honor since the establishment of the Gawad Kalasag in 1998. In 2012, it was declared a Hall of Famer after winning 3 consecutive awards. In another news, the Albay Provincial Health Office, in partnership with the Fred Hollows Foundation, has conducted a 4-day primary eye care training to equip barangay health workers with essential skills and knowledge in eye care. According to Provincial Prevention of Blindness Coordinator Jayus Earl Lieva, the PAC Capacity Building Program for BHWs from Albay's 1st District was successfully completed last November 26 to 29, 2024. Lieva highlighted the program's significance in enhancing the capabilities of grassroots healthcare workers, enabling them to identify, manage, and refer eye care patients from primary healthcare settings to the provincial eye care clinic located at Dr. Lorenzo P. Ziga Memorial District Hospital. A key component of the program was the hands-on and simulation training focused on detecting eye diseases. The 4-day training also covered topics such as early detection and referral, basic eye care management, and strategies to improve access to eye care services. In the national scene, Makabayan Bloc is set to file an impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte, which according to ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro, 74 leaders from various progressive groups and citizens signed the complaint related to allegations of corruption and misuse of confidential funds. 1/3 of the complaints are from the youth sector. Meanwhile, Teddy Casino called on Congress to act on this complaint immediately. For another story, PCG, or the Philippine Coast Guard, has reported increased harassment from Chinese vessels at Escoda Shoal in the West Philippine Sea. On Wednesday morning, 4 PCG and Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources vessels has responded to Filipino fishermen's complaints of small Chinese Coast Guard boats blocking their access. Commodore J. Tariela described aggressive actions by specific CCG vessels, including a blocking maneuver against a BFAR vessel and intentional ramming of BRP Datu Rumapenet, causing a damage wherein in total 6 Chinese vessels, including a CCG 21558, 21559 and others, were documented in the area, wherein 5 harassed the Philippine vessels on routine patrol in Bajo de Masinloc within Tariela, asserting the Philippines' sovereignty over the region under international law. Tariela emphasized that the PCG and BFAR vessels are legitimately patrolling Philippine waters, while Chinese actions are seen as unlawful aggression. Meanwhile, 70 Vice President Sara Duterte is facing a second impeachment complaint filed by over 70 progressive representatives at the House on December 4. Led by Bago Alyansang Makabayan, the complaint accuses her of betrayal of public trust tied to the controversial use of the confidential funds by her office and the Department of Education. The alleged misuse of these funds is currently under investigation. Notably, receipts related to the CFS featured a name, Mary Grace Piantos, which sparked suspicion, as it does not exist in official records. Previous complaints against Duterte include claims of CF misappropriation, threats to officials, and involvement in extrajudicial killings during her tenure as Davao City Mayor. And for the news outside the country, in a recent incident in the West Philippine Sea, the Philippine Coast Guard reported harassment from the Chinese Coast Guard during a routine patrol near Bajo de Masinloc. Commander J. Tariela stated that multiple Chinese vessels, including at least 4 Coast Guard ships and 2 from the People's Liberation Army Navy, attacked the Philippine vessels with water cannons. Footage released by the National Task Force on the West Philippine Sea shows one Chinese vessel engaging the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources Datu Pagbuhay vessel. Despite these provocations, Tariela emphasized the PCG's commitment to conducting regular patrols to protect the Philippine sovereignty within its exclusive economic zone, which has been claimed by China since 2012. Meanwhile, in response, a Chinese Coast Guard spokesperson has accused the Philippine forces of infringing on their territorial claims. In another story, South Korea's opposition parties have initiated impeachment proceedings against President Yoon Suk-yeol following his controversial martial law declaration. The martial law, which lasted only 6 hours, saw armed troops surrounding parliament before lawmakers unanimously voted to lift the order. The motion, led by the Democratic Party and 5 smaller parties, requires a 2/3 majority in parliament for approval and backing from at least 6 out of 9 constitutional court for Yoon's removal. Public outcry has led to collective resignations offered by Yoon's senior advisors and mounting pressure on his cabinet members to step down, which resulted to the Liberal Democratic Party to request Yoon to resign immediately. As the Constitutional Court currently has only 6 justices, lawmakers needed to expedite the appointment of new members to proceed with the impeachment process effectively. And that ends our news break for today, December 5, 2024. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Tres Padilla. And on the technical side, we have Richard Bobis. This has been your anchor, LJ Lorejo. Thank you for subscribing.
Kumilos, mga kalalakihan, makisa laban sa karahasan, maging kasama, kapatid at kaibigan, labanan ang karahasan sa kababaihan. Hindi kailangan ng mga bagay na material upang ipakita ang tunay na pagmamahal. Hindi kailangan ng maraming salapi, pagkat pagmamahal ay di nabibili. Kumilos, mga kalalakihan, makiisa laban sa karahasan, maging kasama, kapatid at kaibigan, ipigil ang karahasan sa kababaihan. Huwag mo silang saktan, huwag mong sigaw-sigawan, huwag mong idadaan sa lakas ng boses at katawan. Igalang mo't huwag ituring na sila'y laruan, sila'y taong tulad mong may dangal at karapatan. Kumilos, mga kalalakihan, makisa laban sa karahasan, maging kasama, kapatid at kaibigan, wakasan ang karahasan sa kababaihan. Kumilos, mga kalalakihan, makisa laban sa karahasan, maging kasama, kapatid at kaibigan, wakasan ang karahasan sa kababaihan. Kumilos, mga kalalakihan, makisa laban sa karahasan, maging kasama, kapatid at kaibigan, wakasan ang karahasan sa kababaihan. Kumilos,